Hey y'all, so today I kind of wanted to do a bit of a pulse check. As we are going into the holiday season, I just kind of wanted to touch base a little bit and talk about guilt over the holidays. So how are you feeling right now that the holidays are upon us? How are you feeling about holiday dinners and parties and events and expectations? Expectations from others, or maybe expectations that you've put on yourself. I just kind of want to touch base and talk a little bit about how to cope with some grief that you might be feeling, and how I'm coping with grief how I'm coping with guilt that I've kind of been feeling a little bit this holiday season. Grief sucks year round. Day in and day out, all day, every day. Burying your child doesn't ever get easier. It doesn't get better. It just gets maybe, I don't know, different. You settle into, routines, but it's always there. The holidays amplify what we are going through every day. And this is me talking to others who are grieving the loss of a loved one, whether this is your first holiday season without them, or it's your 20th holiday season. The holidays amplify the things that we feel, the pain and all of the things that we feel are just amplified, because when you look around, what's everyone saying? It's the best time of year, the most wonderful time of the year. And we don't feel that way. Now, let me preface that. Let me back up. If you feel great this holiday season, if you're looking forward to the holidays, that's awesome. That's great. That's wonderful. And maybe you're feeling guilt about that. Maybe you're feeling guilty because you are looking forward to the holidays and you're thinking, I think I should be more sad than I am right now. How come I'm excited for whatever the thing is that I'm looking forward to when I buried my child and I don't feel like I should be feeling good? Whether you're feeling guilty about that or you're feeling guilty about the fact that you don't want to do the holidays, it's okay for you to feel whatever you're feeling. You are not doing this wrong. You are doing what you need to do. And if there is something healing about this holiday season for you, that's wonderful. Embrace it, okay? And along those same lines, let's focus on releasing the guilt that we might be feeling for being happy, feeling happy, looking forward to something, okay? So some things that I have been thinking about and kind of feeling guilty about are that I haven't been putting an effort into making memories with my living children and with my husband. As the mom, I've always been the one who looked for things to do or events to do or things to participate in or organizing things with the family, or how all of the things. And in my grief, I've just let those things go, and I've made the decision for myself that I wasn't going to participate in things without checking in with my family repeatedly to see if there's something that they wanted to do, to see if there's some way that I could help them to make the best of the holidays, if there was something that they wanted to participate in, but maybe they were afraid to tell me that they wanted to do. Does that make sense? So I've been having guilt about that. I've also been having guilt about not reaching out to people who have abandoned me. And that's a whole nother video, because that's me, my people-pleasing tendencies, my, the way that I've always looked for putting other people's needs before mine, looking at my personality and recognizing that I don't need to be feeling guilty about not trying to push my way into the life of someone who has made it clear they're not going to reach out to me. And I don't want to be on my soapbox and be like, I'm the one with the dead kid, you need to cater to me, right? But that's kind of true. I'm doing the best I can to survive every day. And the guilt of thinking about the relationships, those secondary losses that I'm coping with. Why am I feeling that guilt, right? Why am I feeling bad about how other people are treating me when I am the one with the dead kid? Another thing that I've been feeling guilty about is feeling like maybe I should be further along in my healing than I am. And this is something that I have talked about and I've taught other women about until I'm blue in the face. And I need for you to understand that I am still a grieving person who still has to process this every single day. And I have to remember to give myself that grace and take the advice that I give to you. Maybe these are things that you're feeling guilty about. Maybe you're feeling guilty about other things. Maybe you're feeling guilty about things that don't even have anything to do with the holidays. But I just felt like right now, because we are in the middle or heading into the depths of the holiday season, that this would be a good opportunity to discuss this specifically. So first, give yourself some grace. This is like my number one motto. This is what I talk about constantly. And I have to take my own advice because we have to realize that we are doing the best we can every single day just to get out of bed, just to survive, just to continually recognize that our child is not here. Or maybe it's your spouse or your sibling. Maybe this is your, first holiday season without your mom. And waking up every day to that reality over and over again. Others don't get it. And I don't want anyone else to have to bury their child in order to get it. But it sure would be nice if when they woke up every morning, they could think, it must be really hard for her every single day to wake up without her children. When I wake up and mine are all right here around me. I'm really feeling it today, and this might wind up not making any sense, but I'm just putting it out there because this is reality. This is my reality, and I hope that something that I say helps just one person. Maybe you're the person that needed to hear this message today. So, first thing, give yourself some grace. Okay, second, do not compare yourself to other people. Do not compare yourself to other people who don't have a dead child or who don't have a dead spouse. Don't compare your life or what your holidays are supposed to look like to what theirs are looking like, or how they're feeling to how you think you should feel. Also, don't compare yourself to other people who are grieving. So if I look at another family who has also buried their daughter and I see that they're participating in events, they're hosting people for dinner, they're going to see Christmas trees be lit, they appear to be healed, doing the things. And then that makes me feel like, well, maybe I'm not, again, far enough along in my healing. Maybe I'm not doing right by my family, my living children, by going and participating in those things and making those memories. And then I have to stop and realize I'm not them and they're not me. And just like I've said before about getting off of social media, people share their highlight reels. People share the made-up presentation of happiness and perfection and all the things. They're not sharing how that they're crying in the shower every day, how that they can't, hold down a job. People are not sharing that stuff. And it is making it much harder for grieving people to get the recognition that we need when other people who are grieving are faking it and making people think you're doing great, right? So this, again, is why I am not on social media. This is why I am not going to look at other people's highlight reels. Others who don't have dead children, as well as the people that I know that do have dead children who are still putting it out there that life is great. That is what's healthy for me. And it might almost seem like I'm trying to just live under a rock and pretend, but If you've buried your child, you know what I'm talking about. You know how every little thing feels like a dig, and how everything, it's almost like a setback when you see someone else that's, so happy. Or for the love, if I were to get on social media and hear somebody complain about the long lines at the store while they were buying Christmas presents for their kids or something, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see those things. So really, we don't know what other people are going through. Even people who don't have dead kids. We don't know what people are going through. Everybody faces challenges. And the norm is that we always put our best foot forward on social media and we make things look like everything's great. Either way, it's messing with our mental health. And my decision, and what I recommend if this is something that you're struggling with, is to get off social media. It can be hard at first. It's unbelievable how addicting it really is. But it's so worth it. It's worth the effort to give it a try. The next thing is not having guilt for not feeling into it. I've already kind of mentioned this already, but especially don't have guilt if you are feeling good, if you are looking forward to things in the holiday season. If you're not feeling into it, to not feel guilty about it. We know if there's a reason why we don't want to be involved in a gift exchange, or we don't want to listen to Christmas carols. And if other people are judging us, or other people are saying things to make us feel like we're in the wrong, that's on them. And it can be hard for us to communicate clearly. People that are determined to misunderstand you, there's no point in trying to explain it. Either way, trying to just release the guilt. Even if it's I can't make you understand why I don't want to participate in this thing, and you're just making me feel worse about it, and now I'm feeling even more guilty. It's very challenging. It's challenging to let go of the feeling that we're supposed to be trying harder and we're supposed to be feeling into it. Almost thinking that if we just keep faking it, we'll eventually feel it. Feeling guilty about what other people are thinking about us with our decisions. So, is somebody judging me because I don't want to participate in said activity? Or is someone judging me because I am enjoying myself at this holiday, whatever, and they're looking at me thinking, how dare she act like she's happy? Her kid is dead. It's so insane. It's ridiculous how there's both sides to this at the same time. At the very same time, you're being judged for not being healed or not getting over it, and you're also being judged for smiling or acting like you're enjoying yourself. I want to say we can't win, so why bother trying? It's about us. It's not about them. So for us, it is about doing what feels right for you right now. If you are feeling judged, is there evidence that supports this belief? Is it true? More than likely, there's not going to be any evidence that supports that feeling that you're being judged by someone. If there is evidence that you're being judged by them, like literally your mother-in-law is telling you you're going to ruin Christmas for everyone because you won't participate, that's on her. That's not on you. So take a step back and make sure that you're evaluating whatever that situation is that you're thinking someone's judging me. Or maybe even if you're thinking someone's judging me from afar. Someone's judging me and somebody I haven't even talked to in a year, but I know that they're thinking about me and they're like, I know that you're not coming to the thing, and so I'm going to judge you. Who cares? If they don't want to talk to you, if they haven't reached out to you in a year, who cares what they think? It's so hard to get to that point of really saying we don't care and really feeling that we don't care. But in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what other people think of you when you are the one who is surviving, right? So the last thing is, Lord willing, there'll be another holiday season next year. And whatever you didn't feel like doing this year, maybe you'll feel like it next year. Or whatever you feel guilty about not having done this year, maybe you'll be able to try to make it happen next year. Maybe it will feel more doable next year. Next year, you might feel ready to take even just one small step to participating in an old tradition that your loved one enjoyed, or starting a new tradition with your family or your friends. So rather than thinking of all the things, especially when you look at, from Halloween to New Year's Day, all of the things that the holidays encompass, instead of thinking about all of the things, maybe start shifting it to thinking about the why. Why are certain events important to you? Why does it matter? What is the value or the meaning in that activity or event that you are thinking about participating in, or that you don't want to participate in? That will sort of help you evaluate where your priorities are and what you do feel like you can handle this year, or maybe, in years to come. So I have another video that I did last year about surviving the holidays, and I will link to that in the description, and I will also put that in the cards so that you can click on that and go and watch that video if you want to. There's a lot of really good information about surviving the holidays there as well. I hope this was helpful. If you liked it, then click the like button. If this was at all helpful and you want to subscribe for future videos where I'm going to ramble about other grief topics, then I'd be honored for you to stick around and share your experiences in the comments with other people in this community so that we can support each other and not feel as alone on this journey. Hang in there, y'all. We're doing the best we can. And I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye, y'all.